Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV after Heavensward.
It's still Heavensward.
Well, I mean, it's technically after Heavensward. Like we finished
really.
Heavensward with
Me, Space Monkey 928.
and Cutie Alpha Node.
Me, Space Monkey 928. No.
And that third Space Monkey. He's been in the cloning vats again. It's gonna take me weeks to get these all cleaned up.
After long years of establishment, Ishgard rejoins us. Estrangement, even. Ishgard joins her sister nations in the alliance. Words cannot well express my joy. None of this would have been possible without you, my friends.
Mine friends.
Yeah, shut up. Change is coming to Eorzea, though it is inevitably going to bring a measure of upheaval, with hard work, peace, and prosperity to surely follow. Are sure to follow. Oh my god, me and my words. And yet, even as we look forward to the coming of a new age, we must needs be wary of old threats. The lords of Garlemald have not relinquished their claim over Eorzea. We shall be forced to contend with them yet again ere long. And then there is the matter of our comrade, the Styrian, claimed body and soul by Nidhogg. If there is a way to rescue him, we must find it.
Pluck out his eyes.
Suffice it to say, the path ahead holds no shortage of challenges, but together we should be able to overcome them.
Complete.
There we go.
Oh wow, we'll either get hot chocolate, creme brulee, almond cream croissant, or urchin loaf. That sounds horrible.
In the search for the missing sign. Is this like the start of the thing? Oh, give me a second. I'm gonna look it up.
It's not the start of Stormblood.
FFX IV. How do you know?
Because it still has the same music.
Oh, that doesn't mean anything right now.
It does. The
Just,
Stormblood quest.
Stormblood
quests have different end music.
Oh, no, it says Beyond the Great Walls, the first one.
Okay.
Anyway, Alphino wishes to share. Why am I even reading that bit?
I don't know.
Ignore me, I'm just mildly panicking, going, oh god, I've screwed up. Fortuitous timing as always, sisters. Tartaru was about to brief me on the search for our missing comrades. Would you then be so kind? Absolutely! You'll be pleased to hear that Raoul and his men have been making excellent progress. You remember how Flahaman F helped me to escape the Crystal Braves and Limzilla Minsa, only to then disappear? Well, according to Raoul, she crept aboard the ship bound for Radzatan, where she's been hiding ever since. He assures me that it wouldn't be long before we were reunited. Oh my god.
Are you a little more than half cut right now?
I'm having a glass of mead in front of me. Shut up. As for Yida and Papalimo, I got that right, I think, vaguely.
You did, yes.
The remains of their link pearls have been found, and in the Pearl Lane of all places. Raoul thinks they must have disposed of them after escaping from the Royal Promenade. Yes, that would make sense. They could not have risked eavesdropping upon our betrayers.
Being eavesdropped upon by our betrayers.
I know, I'm like just because I'm making so many mistakes, I'm feeling pressure from making mistakes, and I'm like, oh god, and then I'm making more mistakes.
It's fine, they're adorable.
We're all but certain they fled the city shortly after, though we still don't have any clue where they went. I see. What of Thancred and Minfilia? I'm afraid I have nothing new to share about those two. But it's not all doom and gloom. The good news is we've enlisted the services of the Chilean scholar, one of the students of
Baldesion,
to aid in the search, who should be arriving any day now.
Whatever, as long as we don't have to go back to the frickin' Waking Sands.
One of the students, you say? I should very much like to meet this scholar. If time permits.
I bet it's a frog.
Hey, Alphino will be in like in 10 minutes, don't worry about it. But first we must needs attend to the pressing matter. Sir Emmerich has summoned the three of us, for a private audience. A messenger did not specify that he wished to discuss what he wished to discuss, only that it was urgent. Assuming you have no objections, sisters, I suggest that we proceed to the congregation forthwith. And mayhap we can meet the scholar afterwards. Agreed? In that case, I think I'll return to the Forgotten Night for now. I've been after a really stressful day and I really need a drink. Things are liable to fall apart if I'm gone too long after all, you know.
Booze.
Glug!
Glug, glug, glug! I love how we've just turned her into a total alcoholic.
Look, she's now hiding out in the fucking pub. What else can you assume at that
Look,
point?
it's a pub. They're built strong for you know, rowdy parties and all that. She hides out in there for the same reason why it's a good spot to be in the case of a zombie apocalypse.
So you're saying that she's likely to end up breaking bar stools and shit? Damn!
Why
You're
not?
impressed with her strength already, I guess.
Indeed.
Yeah. Okay. Congregations of the Night.
This guy's quest is
Heavenly.
Gods of Eld. Ooh. Also, we've made the decision just to help streamline the journey there. Where are we going?
I went to the central place, the top one. There you were.
Oh,
saying,
my mount
Tyber?
speed in Edelshire is increased.
You were saying though, Tyber?
To like skip anything that isn't like the main scenario kind of deal. So quests that have a plus mark we've been doing off camera.
Yeah, pretty much. I'm wondering if we should go back and do dungeons or not.
Well, I mean, it's not like we have any reason not to.
It's not really that we have any reason to. I don't know. Maybe we'll do like a run of dungeons. You know.
At the very least, a clip show of their cutscenes.
I was thinking just a run of them at the end of this playlist. The Lord Commander is within. Pray, proceed, missies. Let's get the mouse out of the way, shall we? Okay, so we have to do the Far Edge of Fate.
Oh? What's that?
Yeah. That's the last quest here.
Oh.
Like in Heavensward.
Oh, I see.
Thank you for coming. I wish to speak with you both in a place where privacy
Alright,
was
let's leave the
assured.
city then.
What
I
word
quite
for
understand.
Vadians could be there?
What was it that you wished to discuss?
With my father's passing, the seat of the Archbishop lies vacant. And so, in accordance with canon law, I have assumed his responsibilities. I should stress that this is a temporary measure. It was never intended that the Lord Commander of the Temple Knights serve in this capacity indefinitely.
Hey, I could be your bishop.
Quite the opposite. The statutes specify that I should surrender my powers as soon as a conclave of the senior clergy and the high houses have named a new archbishop. But in light of recent events, that would not seem appropriate.
Obviously. We're basically a god. You could worship us.
I
Yeah.
confess I did not expect you to divulge quite so much quite so soon. The details of the Archbishop's plans, perhaps, but the true origin of the war and all it entails?
I too had concerns. But when the Warrior of Light is witnessed returning to the capital on the back of a dragon, one's options are rather limited. Mayhap I could have concealed certain details, but for how long? And at what risk? Should the truth have come to light in the meantime, how would the people have viewed my silence? After 1,000 years of lies and secrecy, I could not well abuse their trust and hope to be believed.
I like this
The
guy.
time for deception has passed.
I will let you live without stabbing you in the throat.
No, he was a good guy.
I know.
I only wish the people agreed. That some would deny the truth I had anticipated, but not this many. And among the few who acknowledged that my father had to be stopped, no small number question our methods.
If they suspect a coup, it will not be long before some turn to violence.
It has already begun, and that on both sides. Men and women of the
we should
cloth are
really
being
protect these
harassed in the
beavers.
streets. Hilda and her people have formed a watch to help us maintain order.
What?
But such measures
and
will
women
not
of the
prevent
cloth.
the unrest from spreading.
I was making a joke.
The Weavers.
For all our talk of peace,
Yes.
the people remain frightened and confused.
Do you know what?
For
men
their
and women
sake,
of
we
the cloth
must bring the
actually are?
Dragonsong War to a definitive end.
Clergy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So I was making a joke.
I know. I know. I got the
It's
joke.
so funny.
It
We
was.
should be glad
hilarious.
to help you,
It
Sir
was.
Emmerich.
I was muted at the time, so you
But
couldn't hear me
what
laughing.
precisely would you have us do?
Uh-huh.
We wish to treat with the dragons of Annex Trine. To that end,
Hmm.
I would trouble you for an escort
Impressive.
and an introduction.
Annex Trine? You would speak with Vidofnir then?
I think that's a bit sensitive. I think neutral
We
ground
must
would be
needs
better.
open a dialogue between our peoples. Acting as my representative, Lucia will extend an invitation to their leader, that she might visit us here in Ishgard. Were she still with us, I
Yeah,
would
but I
of
still
course have
think it'd be
beseeched
better if
yourselves
we found
assistance in this
neutral
matter.
territory.
But as she is not, I must ask that you aid us in her stead.
I think the point is to make a
Will you do
grand
us
show
this
of it.
favor?
They have to use like a very, very dramatic thing.
Yeah, but they might think it's an invasion.
That's
Like,
probably
the people
why.
who think it was a coup might think it's an invasion.
Hmm.
It could be
Thank
bad,
you,
basically,
my
is what I'm
friends.
saying.
Yep. But it won't be because we're going to be there, and we're
Lucia,
going to kill everyone
I
who
leave the
causes
rest
trouble.
to you.
I mean, we're there
Here's
to
an
reassure
idea.
the populace.
Have a ceremony, have the two people meet each other. After the meetings happens, just talk out afterwards, in secret or private.
Yeah, but
or
that's not
whatever.
as fantasy. You know, everything has to
Well-
happen in the big stone city. Everything has to be there. Everything.
Oh, hey.
In the wake of the Archbishop's fall, the nation of Ishgard trembled, the faith of her people shaken to its very core.
What happens when you have a religious state?
For 1,000 years had they fought and died, certain of the justice of their cause, only to be told that their holy war was born of the sins of their forefathers.
Yep.
What
Just
then
like in
for
real
those
life.
brave men and women, thus stripped of their righteousness but to despair, to deny the truth and decry its speakers? And what then for those whom they defamed but to hope on, to have faith in a brighter tomorrow? A tomorrow in which man and dragon might live together in harmony, then as distant as the very stars in the
Well, we'll like Heavensward?
Him in space.
No. I'm waiting for yet another name drop. Like, yes, we can do this more than once. Heavensward. We are the Heavensward. Look, the Heavensward.
Yet while
Look,
we dared to
Heavensward.
hope, deep within his lair the enemy lay, gathering his strength.
We're going to go kick his ass, right?
Oh, eventually.
Nidhogg, now possessed of his 2 eyes and the body of the Azure Dragoon, prizes to which he had laid claim at the very hour of the hero's triumph.
I don't know why
Hey,
we gave
Nid-
the Azure Dragoon the eyes in the first place.
As
Well, they were the
After
source
he
of the
already had
Azure
issues
Dragoon's
with
power.
solace of peace, the great worm craved the misery of war. Nor was he alone in his misbegotten desire.
Like, when's Midgardstormer going to pop up? I mean, his dad is on our side. It's like, son, go away, Dad. I'm fighting a war.
Go away, Dad. I'm really angry. Not angry, you're antsy. Angsty. Get back here. No, I don't want to get back here. I said you're getting back here and you're going to carry eggs to this other planet. No!
Hmm.
Don't want to be like you, Dad. I know very little of these lands of dragons call home. This Einyax Trine. Had you not agreed to escort me, the journey coming would be far more daunting prospect. I confess that I myself am staggered by the thought of it. Yet even the longest journey begins with the first step, does it not? Ah, but ere we set forth, sisters of war, I must needs inform our comrade of our plans.
After all, we must be very intrepid.
Very well. I shall see to my preparations. Then let us go, and bid farewell to Tartaru and the sisters.
Wait, he's leaving us behind?
Yeah, he's going to go ahead and say, hey, by the way, don't attack this woman. She's, you know, an envoy, and that'd be kind of bad.
Actually, he was telling us that he was going to go say goodbye to Tartaru.
Really?
Yeah.
Ow. I'm pretty sure he... To Tartaru... Oh. So, what's your secret meeting about? All ears.
Really? So we just tell her what the secret meeting is in, like, the biggest gossip place ever.
A diplomatic mission to XIV, you say? Well, I suppose that does take precedence. But should your meeting with Benofnir happen to end early, I might consider rendezvousing with Yashto in Edelshire. She'll be there to receive our guests.
Oh, maybe it's happening in Edelshire.
Don't you get me wrong, our meeting with the dragons is terribly important and everything, but this scholar just happens to be... Time permitting, as I said. This endeavour to join Eustola, but we cannot pray pass on regards. Let us be off then, sisters. We will keep the first commander waiting no longer.
You know, this is one of those sequences where it's like, hey, you know that
Why
little
don't you
bit
just
of
listen?
information?
Yeah.
It probably would save us. Well, let no one say I didn't try, is literally what she says if you try to talk to her there. Alphanode,
Yeah, like...
you impatient little prick. How often are you going to do this to us? This is what, the third time? It's going to turn out to be something horrible that if we just let the darn little midget talk, it could have been completely prevented.
Yeah. Are you ready then? Good, as am I.
I'll take the creme brulee.
I will... Why did you take the creme brulee?
Because I like creme brulee.
You should have taken the croissant.
Did we ever get the, did we ever get that flying mount? Like, did we ever unlock flying in Travania? Pretty sure we did. Yes, we did. Yes, we did. We did in that area. Yes.
Yeah. The path is long enough for us.
Long
Sorry,
but
Cole.
known to us.
The path is long but known to us. From Vaki's Nest, we shall cross the Western Highlands and make for Tilfella,
Which will
through
shake.
Giovanni and Forelands. There, we can rest and replenish our supplies. Questions? If not, then the stables await. Goodbye.
See ya, Alphano. I hate you. You
Ye-
impatient little
you're-
punk. You're lucky you're so pretty.
Alpha, no. Why do you think you're intelligent?
Because he's a teenager, and he's heir to the legacy of the person who saved everyone at the Great Battle. Where are you going?
I'm going to where we need to go.
Oh.
I'm sorry, I guess?
Fair enough. Fair enough. I was expecting him to lead us, but we were going to go to the stables in town. We're like, where are you? Why are you teleporting? What?
No, he's saying this as if we don't have the ability to just teleport everywhere we've been before.
Yeah. We have explored quite a bit. Hmm?
Whee! I can... Oh, I didn't need to fly.
There's stables around here somewhere.
Anyway, I always imagined when I
Wait,
first...
Oh.
That... I always imagined that the first time I set foot upon Giovannian soil would be at the head of an army. And here I am, ready to treat with the brothers and sisters of mine enemies. Oh, right, okay. Full well do we know what... Full well do I know how difficult it can be to set aside the past. Though, it was I who first proposed recruiting Ysila to our cause, I questioned the wisdom of my words, almost as soon as I had uttered them. and for a long time after that. Here is a woman with the blood of innocence on her hand. Men, women, and children all slain in the name of the implacable Lady Iceheart. Yet she acknowledged her misdeeds and agreed upon joining our common cause. At our side, she fought in the service of the greater good, even until her dying breath. And while that does not absolve her of her sins, I hope that one day she will be remembered not merely as a heretic, but as a misguided soul who dreamt of peace. You'll ask much, Master Alphino, yet who can say what might come in the past? To pass. No, should our negotiations bear fruit? Yes, of course. We must press onto Annex Train. If you will follow me, or you can ride my light horse, or Tiber's horse bird, and I'll, lead the way. Hey, believe it or not, we're going this way. I know they walked over there, but we're going this way.
Well, that's the footpath.
Okay.
Because you have to go up and around in order to get over there. You can't just go right over there.
Oh, I'm sorry, this song, Oblivion, I've just... I don't know why I like this song. It's just, I like this song.
Because it's got rock.
Yeah, probably.
I don't even see you.
I'm gone!
Oh, you jumped on your own flying mount, so I wasn't sure what I was supposed to do.
I don't know, follow? Maybe. Can we not just go through the hole? Yeah, I thought there was a hole there.
Yeah, you just missed it. A bit of near.
Who was Vafnir? Whatever. Thou art welcome here, mortal friend.
You've been reading a long time. Let me read.
Yeah.
Thou art ever welcome here, friend of Isael. But this one I do not know. Hello.
Pray forgive us for the unannounced visit for Nofnir. Vadofnir, even. I present you Lucia, the first commander of the Temple Knights of Ishgard, and our trusted friend.
Oh, she's gonna make you, like, pick up some jellyfish or something to prove your worth.
It is an honor to finally meet you, Vadofnir. I come here as an envoy of Sir Emmerich, Lord Commander of the Temple Knights, and acting leader of the Holy See.
Indeed. You may speak, knight.
Well, I kind of started speaking without your permission, but thank you. For 1,000 years, man and dragon have been locked in an endless cycle of bloodshed and sorrow. To our shame, we long believed your kind to be the architects of this war. But now we know the truth, that the King Thordan and his Knights 12 did willingly betray and murder the Great Worm, Ratatorsker, shattering the peace between our peoples. For 1,000 years, our leaders conspired to conceal this truth, a truth in which it was last laid bare to the Warrior of Light and the Azure Dragoon and Yasil? Is Yasil, isn't it?
Yeah, Isael.
Alas, a deception so intricately wrought cannot be undone in a moment, and our peoples labor to accept the truth. After an eternity of war, who would dare to dream that peace could at last be within our grasp?
And that it was our fault to begin with.
Yet dream we must, as Yasil once did. We must make that dream a reality, as she could not. We humbly beseech you, Vadofnir, join hands with us in friendship once more, before the eyes of mine people in Ishgard.
A most unexpected invitation. I have heard your request, knight. However, I cannot yet give you mine answer.
May I ask why?
This matter concerneth my sire. He needs must be consulted. Moreover, the Nath grow bold, even as they did before, and I would not leave my people at the mercy of the swarm.
Oh god, don't tell me we're going to have the extreme version of that now.
I don't think there is an extreme version of that.
Then we will wait. After 1,000 years of war, I shall not give up on the peace for the want of patience. Alpha, no!
Ha! Fear not, knight. Thou shalt have mine answer within thine lifetime. Okay. So
She's suddenly an old woman, and then it's like, yes, I think we shall meet.
before
So
you die.
soon? My humble thanks. I shall bear your words to my lord forthwith, until we meet again.
Sometime before I die, which apparently I think is going to be very quickly. Yeah, sure, we can meet again before you die. On her deathbed. I told you we'd meet again! You bitch!
Oh my god. Okay, at the bottom of the tower now.
No, Alpha Knight's up here.
Oh, you kidding? Oh, he's... Yeah, you tricky little... So-and-so. Shouldn't swear. Bad swearing. Given the circumstances, I dare say that went rather well. To be frank, I'm surprised her proposal was not rejected out with. Where odds will come, that remains to be seen, however.
It's a start.
Mayhap I should take this opportunity to speak with the other dragons. But you need not wait for me. The return journey holds no fears for me now. Well, if there's no further need of our services, we will continue on to Charlene. We hope you're to welcome a scholar who has agreed to aid us in the search for our missing companions. Then I pray your journey is as swift as it is uneventful, and as ours was. And thank you again for sparing time to assist us, even in such grave matters when such grave matters remain unresolved. I can think of no graver matter than 1,000-year war. One which our friends give their lives to end. Suffice it to say, I would willingly make 1,000 such journeys to ensure that the sacrifice was not in vain.
Especially for us.
Yet I will not listen to one little woman trying to tell us something in particular.
Something of incredible importance. Obviously.
Of that I have no doubt, Master Alphino. I only hope that our fates will not hold you to your word.
They will now. Way to invite Murphy.
Oh no, not Murphy!
I like that dragon in the background. He'll help you save tons on lighting costs.
Another time, another place. Oh my god, I think we actually have a few to go. We're gonna have to have a look at this up. Oh well.
Yep.
So it would seem that we have time to greet the scholar after all. How delightful. We should be interested to hear how she means to go about finding Minfilia and Thancred. I can only assume that she is privy to some new investigative technique. Well, pardon me. In any event, her first order of business is to rendezvous with Ystula in Edelshire.
Well, we'll get there before you, and yet somehow you'll beat us there.
Well, he just walked around the corner. He's shy of teleporting.
He doesn't want his skirt to be lifted.
No, he's just shy of like people seeing him teleport. It's like, oh, don't look at me! Don't look at me!
Well, he is adorable.
Oh, hey, wait a minute. Fly, my pretty? That's what we're on, is it not?
Another time, another place.
Oh, right, okay. Don't mind me, just having a look back.
This song from Blue Magic Horse, Ice Horse, always makes me think of Digimon.
Oh?
Yeah.
Leviathan, Leviathan, da-da, Leviathan, Leviathan.
No, Shiva Horse.
Really?
Yeah.
Fragile creatures we were meant to feel the reaper. Ah, sisters, it's good to see you. I confess I had assumed your business in our next time would detain you longer. Did your meeting with Vandofnir go well?
This is the monkey reading episode.
Yes, yes, it is. It really does seem like it. As well as can be expected. She must discuss Sir Emmerich's proposal with Haraldsfinger, of course, but she seemed amenable to the suggestion. What
was
of
an
your Chilean
explosion.
guest? Has she arrived yet? She has. But when I explained that you would not be joining... She has, but when I explained that you would be joining us, she asked that she might use the intervening time to explore. I agreed to meet her outside the front bridge. We should be on our way.
There was a practicing ninja over there, and now they're a maid.
Now they are a mage!
Maid. Not a mage. I
Oh,
mean, they are a
maid.
mage, but they're a
Maid,
maid. They're a maid mage.
Hey, guess what,
What?
guess what, guess what,
What?
guess what, guess what.
What?
Ribbit? I don't see you moving. There we go! Ribbit! Anyway, with that, we'll leave it there, so until next time, all the best, and...
Good night, everybody.